we went to Barney Greengrass today,
Ooh.
Yeah.
which was
my
our first time
God.
for both of
The
us to
sturgeon
go.
king.
Yeah.
Yo, he's the king of everything, to be honest.
Yeah, we had I had the sturgeon with mixed in with the eggs and the onions.
Yes.
And Jesse had the sturgeon on the side.
Yes.
That was I had heard about it from our friend Tom previously, but he was excited about it. So
Did Tom
We
tell
went-
you about popovers that used to be right next door?
No, he didn't. What's that all about?
So do you know what popovers are?
I mean, I do
little,
know,
Like,
yeah.
muffin
Yeah,
things?
so there used to be a place named Popovers right next to it that would do these giant popovers. No matter what you ordered, you got a popover with it. Bit gimmicky, but it was like super good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so one thing I've never been clear is Barney Greengrass officially a Jewish deli, or is it something I don't know what other category it would be
Or
in?
an
but they-
appetizing,
An
or no, I don't. I
appetizers?
think it's just like a smoked fish.
Yeah, it's
house.
like just a smoked fish shop.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it was excellent.
Because it's
Yeah.
an interesting class of deli.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything hot. It doesn't have anything. It's just like spreads and locks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there may very well be a category that's more granular that I'm not familiar with. but
Right.
Yeah, we went there. Where else did we go? There was a Ray's Pizza on Broadway in like 102nd that he recommended that I went to. And then he,
And we also went to this Peruvian and Chinese fusion place.
Oh, Florida Mayo?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Do you know Florida
Dude,
Mayo?
Florida Mayo was like, so you could get a whole chicken, yellow rice and beans
Mm-hmm.
with this like kind of vinaigrette sauce for like $8.
That's literally what
That's
we got.
exactly what we had
Yeah,
yesterday.
we were just like, order for us. And
Yeah.
that's what.
That's the move there, and it's so good.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of other things there that are legitimately better than like they would be at a regular like Chinese restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
so they have really good egg foo young. If you're into that. Everything there is so good. Like, but they did raise their prices, which pissed a lot of people off because it used to be the like, hey, everyone that didn't have that much money would just go there and you
Yeah.
could just best food in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But now they're like keeping up with the whatever else is happening up here.
Yeah, exactly. When we were growing up, and Tom could probably speak to this, but like when we were growing up, there were basically only a few restaurants in the neighborhood that mattered. So there was Florida Mayo. There was Sal and Carmine's, which like was at the time voted the best pizza in all of New York.
Okay.
I never ever felt that it was the best pizza. It was like a very sweet sauce, which some
Okay.
people are
Yeah.
into, but I wasn't.
Maybe it was Sal and Carmine's, maybe it wasn't Ray's, I don't know. But yeah. Where do you remember around what streets it was?
Yeah, it was 100 seconds.
So then it must have been
yeah,
it, yeah.
it was like a very narrow.
Yeah.
So Sal and Carmine's, and then, it is the best pizza on the Upper West Side. I just don't
Okay.
think it was the best pizza in
In the
Manhattan.
city.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your best? Sorry, we'll
Yeah.
get back to the list. But what's your best pizza in the city?
So far, this is just
So
me being
far.
like, this is just
There's
me
still
being.
time.
Yeah, there is still time because there's so much pizza. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I like Kesse. I think that's how you say it, Kesse.
Okay.
Where's that?
Or Sesse, I don't know, Kesse? It's down on like Spring or something down there. It's one of the
Okay.
village places. I think Roberta's is good. I think their crust is like too thin, to be honest.
I never thought that Roberta's was like. It's not like a slice.
No.
I mean, and I guess when you're talking about best pizza, there's lots of different ways to define best pizza. Like, what are your metrics of best pizza?
There's
Sure.
also just, I think, something about that neighborhood where like comparatively it is really, really good in that
Right.
area. But like, yeah. But yeah, I would say that place. I've heard good things about John on Bleeckers, but like, you have to order a whole pie, and I've just never done that. Like down there. But yeah, so it was Florida Mayo, it was Sal and Carmine's. There was this place called Henry's, which was like the only high-end place you could eat
Okay.
in our neighborhood when we were growing up. Actually just closed, I think, which is really sad, but it was on 105th. Really solid, like oysters, that level of kind of. There was this place called Mama Mexico,
Okay.
which they had a mariachi band that would come around. It was actually kind of annoying. You'd be like sitting there eating, having a conversation. They would just be blasting in your face.
And like you can't ignore them.
Yeah.
Like you have to like sit and be like, ah,
but it was
thank
also
you.
like not a big
Okay.
enough restaurant for that to be
Right.
kind of acceptable.
Okay.
And then every few years, Mama Mexico would go out of business and be named something else, like Rosa Mexicana or something. Like it would just keep changing its name.
And then come back as Mama Mexico.
Yeah, basically, it was just at the end. And then the big one, actually, and this is kind of crazy, was on 97th Street, almost the entire block was this place called Empire Szechuan.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And Empire Szechuan was like the best sushi, and also they had Chinese food
Wow.
place in the neighborhood. And I guess the owner maybe had a gambling problem or something.
Okay.
But she was known as the originator of putting her menu under everyone's door. Like she was the one who was like,
No.
Just-
She started that
like
trend.
apparently she was like one of the forerunners of like making sure her menu was everywhere.
No way.
Um,
Did that like time out with cheap printing capabilities or something?
no, I'd look into it because it was really, I mean, there's like a New York Times article on her about it.
Oh wow.
And then I guess they closed and they reopened a very small, much sadder version of that.
Oh.
And then the last really big restaurant that I can remember was on 86th and Broadway, and it was called Boulevards.
Okay.
And Boulevards was awesome. My friend's dad was the chef there, and he actually passed away, but he was the chef there, and they had every Monday they had all-you-can-eat ribs, which was like amazing because I don't even know if that exists anymore. Like, hey, you can have all the ribs you want for $20.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I
just,
don't
like,
know
not
where
a
to go
thing.
for that.
And they had these massive burritos. It was so good.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Upper West Side food. For the most part.
Did you have a bagel place in particular up there?
Yeah, so that's a good question. There is H&H Bagels.
Yeah, which I don't know if I went to H&H this week,
Yes.
but I wasn't sure if it was a new location or not. Tom had thought it had closed, but then the one we went to was very contemporary inside.
So the original H&H used to be next to Zabar's.
Okay.
Oh okay.
So right next to Zabar, like it was like near that area. I forget exactly
Yeah.
what street, but it was right near there. And the reason why, as a kid, you knew about H&H is that they would do the St. Patty's Day green.
Oh, of course.
They were like the originator of like the colored
bagel.
the
donut.
green bagel.
The green bagel. Like,
Fun.
so that you can only like H&H was the only one that was really doing them.
Yeah.
Then there's Absolute Bagel.
Absolute, I had as
Like,
well
had
this
one of
week. That
those
was
this
Tom's
week, too.
recommendation.
Yeah, so Absolute is really good. When you're a kid, you like Absolute because they would do pizza bagels,
Ooh,
Oh.
fun.
which was like,
big bagel
pizza,
bites.
yeah, big bagel bites.
Yum.
The thing about Absolute Bagels that I really liked was that their inside was a term that I've coined recently, like sawdust on the floor.
Yeah.
Salt in the walls.
Yeah.
So, like it was like basically a factory for bagels.
Yeah, it was a cavern of
Yeah,
bagels
yeah.
and things like yeah.
There's like ducks clearly visible,
yes.
and the signs up on there are just look like Chinese food place signs with all the bagel prices, and they're
So-
browned.
this just reminded me. There were two other, but there's Carmine's, which is famous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Internet. So that was started on the Upper West Side, to
Yeah.
my knowledge. Big Italian. You can't order for one. Everything is massive.
Oh, not a bagel place. That's
That's
not
just a
Italian.
different
That's the one where
Italian
you
one.
get the Titanic dessert,
Yeah, just
right?
everything,
Yeah, I went
like-
there once in high school.
And then the other famous place, and I'm drawing a blank what the name of it is, but it's the giant pizza slice place.
oh.
Jesse brought that up earlier.
I don't know what it's called either, but yeah, I remember it like bigger than your face pizza, right?
Yeah, and it's like $1.
Right.
And it's like, and it's disgusting.
And it's not good.
No. But that's on 110th.
Okay.
What's the name of it? Everyone's going to kill me for not remembering that because that's like a key.
We'll have to look it up and put it in the notes or something, or
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe someone will tell us.